Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video. And today, what are we going to be talking about? Well, it's almost the end of the year, and it's also almost the end of the month. So it's time to take a look at the future of the game and see what events, story, and banner are going to be coming to the game on January 2025. How are we able to do this? Well, to put it simply, FGO JP, it's 2 years ahead of us. Just a little bit more action another thing about 2 years ahead of us at any given time. So we know what's going to happen already because JP has already gone through it. So we already know what to expect for 2023. There'll likely be some changes and some certain stuff, which I will talk about when we get there. But that's how we know. So that's going to be the video as we go through it. Feel free to leave a comment about what you're looking forward for this month. There's actually not that much if you are not caught up to the current story, which is also a good time to remind you. If you are super sensitive to spoilers, I am not going to be talking about story spoilers, but if you can consider something even as a picture, which, trust me, you should probably get there as soon as possible, because once part 2 of the chapter is released, they put up a whole big... Actually, funny enough, they actually put her up in the most recent thing there, so maybe there is no avoiding her, but I still consider a big enough spoiler that I try and hide it when I can, so feel free to leave the video, and, you know, come back later if you've caught up to Lost Belt 7. But if you don't care about that stuff, it's fine. Again, I'm not going into any details, just if you consider a picture a spoiler, then there we go. There's your warning. And now for everyone else, let's get to talking about what's going to be happening. So, as you can see from this quick rundown, this is the one campaign, and the rest of this is... The rest of this is, related to the story. So we'll start with the one big campaign. Funny enough, I did have a video talking about this campaign by itself, and then when I looked at what was likely to happen for the remainder of the month, I said it'd be easier if I just talked about both of them in the same video. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The New Year's campaign, which will be called for us 2025. This is what the developer diary is going to be talking about, very likely. And it's also going to mention probably some changes here, just because in the 2 years' time we have gotten certain updates and some other ones we haven't yet, so it's worth watching just to see what changes there's going to be. Usually we're pretty one-to-one with some of the stuff we receive, but sometimes they throw in a special update if we already have certain updates, and sometimes they just don't, so good to look at. So New Year's Campaign 2025. The login bonus, as always, is 30 cent quartz that you can claim from January 1st to January 4th, so make sure to log in at the beginning of the game and clear Wokey Act 3 Arrow 1, which should be extremely easy. It's literally at the start of the game. 3-day login bonus, which will be from January 1st to January 4th, which again, you have to clear Wokey Act 3 Arrow 1 to be able to get. And you can get a lore 55 EXP and a Holy Grail on January 1st, January 2nd, and then January 3rd. The first is for the lore, the second is for the 55 EXP, and the third is where you get the Holy Grail. Social media campaign, this says retweet, but that's because JP only does Twitter. They don't do Twitter and Facebook like we do. All we need to do is get a buttload of reactions that they tally together from both sides, and that should give us... This says 2 million, but it's wrong. It's 20,023,000 QP. Shouldn't be that hard, even though it's a bleak time to be on social media at the time, as for various reasons. But it's okay, because we always have our ever-faithful bots that will always get us there at the end, even though I think people always doom that we're never going to make it. And then on, like, the last day, on the last hour, gas shows up, and, like, a bunch of bots show up and get us there at the end. It usually happens. Don't worry about it. And if these ever do fail, that should tell them to stop doing this and just put their goals lower or something. Because they always ask for the most insane from what I remember. But anyway, usually for New Year's, it gets reached. And of course, the CE that we get from it is called Love It, which is the special CE for this year. Nothing too special in its effect. It's just an increase to crit damage by 15%, but the art is very nice looking. We'll get a Mystic Code, which is going to be a Shrine outfit. One for Shrine Maidens for the ladies, and for the men, Shrine Boys? I don't know what they call them. They look a lot like Aomoji, Anmiauji. I am pronouncing that so bad. It's what Domin is. And it's what another character is also, but feel free to tell me what these are actually called if you know what they are. But you'll get these as a fancy duds by just clearing a quest. It's not that hard, everyone can get it. But it will come from to unlock quest time frame is from January 1st to January 11th. And then there's the panel missions for 2025 this year, which is the way you can get the 2 craft essences and the innovator ear, which is a command code for at least get some rest during the new year. You get friend points plus 10 when clearing a quest, but only when this card is on a friend support servant, so that's just never going to happen for the most part. Craft Essence EXP card, which is a reference to Donnie Darko, unless you can think of another movie in which a rabbit in the dark talks to only one person that only that person can see. I don't think there's many out there. Pretty sure it's just Donnie Darko. I was going to say Donnie Darko 2, but I don't think the rabbit is in Donnie Darko 2. Shoutouts to everyone who's ever seen Donnie Darko 2 or who has just learned for the first time that they made a sequel to Donnie Darko. And Innovator Ear, which is when it's engraved on a card, it has plus 10% damage against human trait enemies. And for the panel missions, they're all pretty basic. You make sure to clear all the panel missions, and that will give you 5 tickets and a crystallized lore. These can all be completed at any time, because obviously you want new players to be able to do them. As long as you are playing the game, it should not be that tough, and you should do them because this will give you Holy Grail droplets, which will let you have a free Holy Grail, St. Quartz, the Innovator Bunny ears, like I said, the command code, a bunch of Craft Essence EXP, 3 golden apples, 1 beast footprint, and yes. And like I said beforehand, 5 tickets and a lore for completing all of them. Shouldn't be too tough. But this will last from January 1st to January 11th. And then inside the Da Vinci's Workshop, there will be a permanent update, which is just adding 5 more 10 packs of 5 St. Quartz and 4 St. Quartz. Nothing too much. If you want to buy them all, it costs 400 instead of 200. It's just adding more options for you every month. I don't need any EXP. I actually have every single thing fully leveled up, and I'm currently waiting for them to release the New Year stuff so I can have a new unit to use them on. I'm running out of box space. I plan to get Cuckoo to level 120, but I actually need her to be out yet, and she's not out yet, and she doesn't come out for a while. Well, maybe she's sooner than I think. Inside of the rare Prism shop, they will add the Mystic Code Ceremonial New Year, which will be available for free in the rare Prism shop if you have cleared Solomon. And if you haven't cleared Solomon and you have to pay for it with a rare Prism, you will get it back once you have cleared Solomon. There'll also be a new item in case you missed it for the Lion Club Dance CE, which is a previous New Year's CE, which is from which its effect is increasing NP generation rate by 15%. Very nice if you're looking to complete a full CE collection of some kind. I don't know anyone who does that, but I know there are players who do that. 2023 New Year's Lucky Bag, which will contain a Visionary Flame, 3 Beast Footprints, 10 5 EXP, 3 Golden Apples, a Quick Buster and Arts card openers, 10 million QP, 10k friend points. That will be for the low price of 20 Mana Prisms, so this is worth picking up. If you want a bunch of Craft Essence EXP, then you can trade for 10 of them for 20 Mana Prisms and get that for a total cost of 200. There also is some other stuff like quick Arts and Buster card openers along with a Code Remover. 3 Code Removers to be exact, and 3 for all of them. 10 Summoning Tickets, which is big for anyone who is trying to summon at all. Duh. 10 5 EXP packs, 10 4 EXP packs, 30 silver foe of both HP and attack, and then inside the Rare Prism Exchange shop, there'll be Beast Footprints, a Visionary Flames, a Code Remover, a Lore, an HP and attack Golden Foe, and 20,000 friend points that you can exchange 5 times, if you so wish to buy them. All the basic stuff that we always get every New Year's or so. Very nice stuff, though. In terms of game updates, this is where I was talking about some of the stuff here. So the summon rates update, I actually went to go and check to see if we already had this, because I wasn't sure if they had added it. I don't think so, but to be fair, there's currently no SR on rate up, so there was no way for me to check, but we shouldn't have this. And also, I don't think we have the other update that came with this, that came later on, which was the rate ups for when there are 2 SRs in the banner, which is huge for summer. We don't have that yet. I know for sure we don't have that. It'd be nice if we had that, honestly. If we already have this, or we're starting to get this, they should roll that one in too, because that's kind of silly that that did not release with this update. It's still kind of crazy to me that they're just like, yeah, the double rate up SR banners, and I know everyone hates the summon because you always get the one that you want least of the two. We're not changing the rates on that, only if they're solo rate up. It was so silly and dumb of them. New master missions, which there's 2 sets of them. One for leveling up 4 servants from level 50 to level 100, and another set of them which is leveling 5 servants up from level 50 to level 100, and that'll give you a total of 20 sync quartz all combined if you complete all of them. Shouldn't be too hard to do. I should already actually have all these completely done now that I think about it. Game system updates. We already have this. I did check this already. This is the thing that lets you filter out by NP type and skills types, but not append skills. They're not included in the filter update. So I'm pretty sure we already have this, unless there's something I'm missing here. Feel free to tell me. It is very late, so I might get some things wrong. I am not all-knowing. I am infallible. Limited time daily missions renewal, which will be now 20 mana prisms and 2 exchange tickets, which you can get after clearing a quest 1, 2, and 3 times. Very nice. More materials is always good. And then there will be New Year's limited daily missions as well, which is just clearing all the daily missions will give you a teapot. And this will happen every day until January 7th. But again, you only have a single day to complete these, so make sure to complete them. Other campaigns will be 3x chance of super and great success. Not success. It's super and great suck when leveling servants and craft essences. Number 2 is AP is 0 for all main story quests until Avalon Lefay. Arc 1.5, main interlude, Heinkyo, and Trom are not included in the AP 0 campaign. The expiration date, this is also likely not happening because last I checked, the Spiriton stones go beyond January 31st at the moment. There's like, I think 50 extra days on these expiring. So yeah, these are going to be lasting here for a while. It was smart of them. I don't know why I think if I remember correctly, Lost Belt 7 Part 2 was delayed a whole bunch because they weren't done with it yet. If I'm remembering correctly, which you'll see some of that in some of the other times. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and that's why they had to keep moving the expiration date up. It was a crazy time. It was still a crazy time for sure in early 2023. AP will be half cost for Ember Gathering and Training Fields daily quests. There'll be a Start Dash campaign login bonus ×2. There'll be a comeback login bonus and the New Year's special My Room backroom that you can see right here. Well, that you can see some of it behind Koyanskaya. There is a big body in the way of seeing all of it, but there is a lot of it in the back there. The Lucky Bag Summoning Campaign, which I already did a long-ass video talking about it, and a short-ass video talking about it, and another even shorter video talking about it. Feel free to look those up if you want to hear me talk about it. But the basics that you need to know, just one more time, is 20 pools to choose from, divided by class and NP types. If you're free to play, you can't roll on this banner, and you can only roll on a single one of them. It uses premium paid Saint Quartz, and you receive a Holy Grail after summoning on them. For my personal choice, originally when I did the videos, I said Berserker AoE because I think it's the best banner if you're just looking for something good and you already have a lot of the other stuff in there, and you don't want to risk it for a riskier unit. But then I decided I'm going to go extra support NP because I would really like Van Gogh. And after beating the boss at the end of Part 1 of Lost Belt 7, I would really like Bazette. My friend Bazette was amazing during that fight. She fucking workshopped that boss. It was amazing. So I would like to... I would risk it for one of these two. It'd be great. And if I fail, I like Himiko... Sherlock Holmes and Shi Huandi would be new, and Lady Avalon's cool. I'll take an NP2, I guess. Good enough for me. I'm willing to take the risk. It's not that bad. And then finally, the summoning campaign, which will feature Rasputin as the main guy to go for. If you want a quick rundown for him, what he has is a buttload of guts. Eventually, he's going to get a buff that makes his guts even better, and he's pretty good, with the only real issue being that depending on your box, he may not be worth picking up. for fight reasons. The reason being is that obviously he is an AoE arts. There's a lot of competition to having an AoE art unit, so unless you care specifically about his specific gimmicks built around the evil alignment, buffing the evil alignment and having infinite guts, he ends up being one of those ones that you can probably skip over. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a summon video with my brother. I have 3 multis prepared for him, and my brother has 3 multis prepared for him. Should be a fun time. Look forward to that on New Year's Day. Next, the other banners that will be featured alongside him are Coin Sky of Darkness, Gilgamesh, King Protea, Benny Enma, Karen, Astolfo Saber, and Reigns. And because they did an SR update, obviously they also have a little SR to go with them. For Gilgamesh, it's Mysterious Heroine XX, which is Summer Mysterious Heroine XX. For King Protea, it is Passion Lip. For Benny Enma, it is Kyokoyo, which I just recently learned why she is considered a dragon. It's because in Japan, the word for dinosaur uses Ryu at the end of it, and Ryu means dragon, so therefore, dragon. Karen comes with Miyu, Saber Astolfo comes with Don Quixote, and Reigns has Summer Naito, and Coin Sky of Darkness comes with Fujino, along with some craft essences, which are the Sacred Snow that can bloom, Arts Performance plus 8, NP starting charge plus 40%, and gain 12 crit stars one time, plus 15 one time. First Sale, which is the 4 EXP, which gives Arts Carbs Absorption plus 300%, and then NP gain plus 10%, 15%. Curse of the Rabid Folk, which is this 3-star. You get plus 2025 QP when clearing quests. Different, because now we're in 2025, they buffed the CE. And when it's max limit broken, it's plus 2025 QP, and then when clearing quests, it will give you plus, when clearing quests. And then also you get plus 2.5% NP damage. I assume they also changed this to coincide with 2025. And also, at some point, they're going to release King Protea's new costume dress, but you have to have cleared a certain quest in Midland, Part 2, to actually have access to it. If you are wondering, where's my King Protea costume dress when this drops, you have to get through the story. And then there'll also be a Rasputin trial quest, where you can mess around, do some of his cool stuff, use his cool NP, and get a single ticket at the end of it. Basic things for any time there's a big unit, for sure. And that is basically the rundown for New Year's 2025. There will maybe be some different surprises on the NA side. I don't know. They could announce something, which will probably be the start of the Part 2 of Lost Belt 7, which, now that goes on to the remainder of this month, because as you can see here, the other events on here are the Nahu Midland Lost Belt Part 2 pre-release campaign that you can see here says from January 1st to February 8th, but then when I actually click inside of it, it says the duration was actually January 11th to February 8th, and originally the old campaign was actually January 11th to January 31st, and then they changed it even more. Inside this campaign, it will be a login bonus for clearing Fuyuki, which you can get a bunch of golden apples, 7 of them, along with 7 St. Quartz as you log in. Extra master missions as well, where you can, after you clear any main quest, story quest up to Lost Belts Part 1, including Epic of Remnant, Heinkyo, and Trom, you'll unlock these for a total of 12 St. Quartz and 40 EXP. And then there will be even more, because they really want you to get up to the most recent Lost Belt part. Another set of duration of quests that will also give you 12 St. Quartz and 40 EXP, along with a bunch of Silver Foe. It looks like 14 in total of HP and attack. And then they'll also give 1/2 AP main quests from the duration of it. All main quests up to Avalon Lefay will have their AP cost reduced by 1/2. Until February 28th, the consumption AP of Main Quest Part 2, Chapter 6 will be 0 due to the 2025 New Year campaign. Also, currently, the AP consumption of the AP Quest Part Chapter 6 is permanently halved. Therefore, after the campaign ends, AP consumption up to Chapter 6 Part 2 will be halved. More great and super success for servants, because as you can see here, they included this from New Year's, because on New Year's, it is... There it is. It's ×3. I'm pretty sure. Yes, ×3. So after this goes away on the 11th, we get this one, and it will be ×2 instead of ×3. The Treasure Vault, the AQP daily quest will be half off, 1/2 AP for Servant Strengthening quests and interludes, and then the usage period of the Spiriton Vein was extended on the JP version of the game. That's not happening to us. They already just extended it a whole buttload of times. And then there was summoning campaigns tied to this, but unfortunately the big one that was tied to it was Nido Altar, which we already have. So that's not happening. It's already here. And the other banner featured Nemo and Nido. This might likely still happen. Whether you will summon on this or not, they might make changes just to make it maybe slightly better, but in all honesty, they may as well just keep it the way it is. And there you go. That is the pre-release campaign. So I'll get into this a little bit nearer the end, but we have to go over some other stuff that's happening. Advanced Quest Part 13, which I'm almost positive is different from the thing that we literally just got, because that is Advanced Quest Part 12. I am correct. Part 13, this will just be Advanced Quest Part 13, and this will give you this will give us the CEs for Ghost Lantern, Feather, Phoenix Plums, and Bones. So there you go, 3 new ones being added into the game. And then the Mitlan chapter release part 2, where this is where the part 2 of Mitlan is released, along with summoning campaigns for Tez and Tialuk, which you can see right here. Tez's 3rd and 4th ascension is locked until a certain main quest is cleared, similar to Oberon. Additionally, his final ascension art has a zoomed out version full body when you tap on the ascension art for more servant details. Same thing goes for Tialuk. Her 3rd and 4th ascension is locked until you clear a specific main quest. Additionally, her NP name changes upon clearing a certain max main quest as well. There'll be new craft essences that are not going to be on Rate Up. They'll just exist, which is Forests of Immersions, Enforcer's Last Supper, I heard in the again there, and I only believe the god I worship, which the 5-star gives quick plus 15% and then AP overcharge staged plus 2 one time. The Enforcer's Last Supper gives arts plus 8% and critical attack resistance plus 10%. The Gander one gives critical damage plus 20% and MP gain plus 5%, and the 3-star one gives MP damage plus 15% if equipped to a servant who is good aligned. And then, of course, there's another banner which features Cuckoo, and originally on JP, this came out on February 7th. Cuckoo's 3rd and 4th ascension are locked until a certain main quest is cleared. Additionally, one of her passive skill name changes also changes after you clear a main quest. And there was a little stream that went along this as well. And on JP, that was on the 31st. And that is very unlikely to happen for us. So, why am I saying this? Well, first of all, this is a long time to have absolutely nothing happening in the game. This is an insane level of, prepare for the upcoming thing. I'm saying that it's still going to happen, but I doubt that this actually releases on the 31st. This has to release sooner. The reason I also say that it has to release sooner is because you can see here anniversary on the JP version of the game. I mentioned this a lot, but it helps us explain a lot of the quick times on the NA side of the game. On JP, their anniversary is usually near the end of July, and for the NA version of the game, just to show you real quick, because I can show right here. Ours usually coincides with Anime Expo. For this specific year, it was on July 3rd, which was the Saturday of Anime Expo. And for this year, it was on July 4th, because that was on the Saturday of Anime Expo. 2021 was also July 3rd, which was the Saturday of Anime Expo. And this year, it's likely going to be July 6th, because that is when Anime Expo is happening around this year, in 2025. So, that means that all the events that you see here have to be happening way quicker in order for it to make sense. Because you can see here, Mystic Eye Symphony, this happens on July 5th. Very little chance that this happens at the exact same time as Anniversary, and the reason being is that Medusa actually has to show up on the GSSR in order for it to happen, and that would mean that if Medusa's on the GSSR at the same time that Anniversary is happening, it would mean that it would be the first time that would ever happen, and also why would you summon on Medusa at all if the smarter thing would be just to wait for anniversary? Of course, you can also say that now with the event being basically a month away, but you know, sometimes people want it now. But anyway, because of that, I think a lot of these dates are going to be pushed up, especially because, like I said, I think there were technical issues that were happening in Lost Belt 7 during this time, so it would actually make a lot of sense for this just to not happen on our side of the game, and it just happens way quicker. If I look at the game, I think we actually have a end date for certain things on here. So if we look at, let me see, some of the story stuff. A good indicator is to look at the Nido banner, which is here until the 7th. And if we look at the Nido banner on here, this went from February 1st, and February 1st was basically right before, a week before this banner came out. So, it could end up being that I could see Cuckoo probably releasing sometime in the 14th and something going on like that. But that's just me guessing at this point. But that's really all that's going to be happening for this month. If you are not caught up with the story, they would like you to be caught up with the story. And if you're caught up with the story, they would like you to prepare for the story. And based off of some of the things that I have heard that I won't mention here that is related to part 2 of the story, you should get your dudes ready for the part 7 story while you have some downtime if you are caught up to part 1 like I am. Thankfully for me, like I said, I'm already ready. All my dudes are fully maxed out to get ready and do some stuff, fight some fights, and get this done as quickly as possible so I can start farming for Cuckoo next. And yeah, that's really all that's going to happen in January. There's not a lot. There's, other than banners, the one thing that they just want you to do is story, which I like that FGO personally makes their story very grand and like an event worth happening. But it does end up in situations like here where it's like, if you're a new player, is there a new event for me? No, play the game. Get the story up. It's like, well, okay. I guess I'll do that now. They really want you to do that. And if you're already caught up to the story, then they would like you to have everything ready. If you have everything ready, which you likely do because you play the NA version of the game, then, you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to summon for Tez, Kirei, and Cuckoo, with obviously my main focus being Cuckoo. I've had my FGO waiting message for, I think, about a year, the Cuckoo waiting room. It was basically right after I got Summer Ibuki, so I'm big excited. I'm also more excited to go through more of the story. I read through part 1. I was enjoying my time reading it, and I would really like to continue to see where the story goes from here. So that is the end of this video, though. Thank you very much for watching. There will likely be no FGO video until a year from now, which is 2 days. And in 2 days' time, I will release a video, which will be the first one for the year, which will be me and my brother summoning for Kirei. Unless there's some crazy thing mentioned in that video that would require me to release it right then, but chances are on the 31st, I'm going to be hanging out with family, so allow me to before the new year starts. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching the video, especially if you made it all the way here at the end. Feel free to leave a like, comment, tell me about how you feel about it, and if I made any mistake at all. Someone most recently corrected me and said that I called Melusane a writer when Summer Melusane a writer, and I looked at it and I was like, why would I say that? It's literally a ruler. And then I looked at it and it actually ended up being, I wasn't confusing ruler with writer, I was confusing arts with writer. Instead of calling her, I think she's an AoE arts unit, I called her, I think she's a writer AoE unit instead of a buster. Oh god. I'm not perfect. But thank you very much for watching me regardless. I will see you guys in the next video. Also there will be a Hello Kitty video before the year ends. Thank you, goodbye.